Hey everyone, welcome back to Slow English with Matt. I'm Matt. Today we are going to explain and talk about 8 tricky word pairs that many English learners find very difficult to understand. These words look and sound similar, but their meanings are different. Many learners, even advanced ones, confuse them, but I hope by the end of the video you'll be able to use them correctly and with confidence. Let's begin. The first tricky word pair is historic and historical. Many people, even some native speakers I find, confuse the difference between these two words. Historic means very important in history, so in the history, in the past, so important. Historical means it's connected with history in general. Here are examples. The moon landing was an historic event, okay? The moon landing was a historic event. I visited a historical museum about medieval Europe. I visited a historical museum about medieval Europe. Which would you say? A historic president or a historical president? The answer is a historic president because it means in history the president was very important, okay? Let's go on now to the second one, another confusing one. Classic, classical, okay? Classic means famous, excellent, timeless. Timeless means it doesn't really go out of fashion, it's always there. Classical is related to ancient culture or music from the past. So, Pride and Prejudice is a classic novel. It's a famous novel, it's an excellent novel, it's a timeless novel because people still read Pride and Prejudice nowadays. Maybe you've read this book too. Mozart wrote beautiful classical music. Mozart wrote beautiful classical music. The music that Mozart wrote is old music connected to the past. I guess we could call it classic as well, but because maybe people still think it's great. But we usually use classical to describe this kind of music. So remember, you can watch a classic film, but you listen to classic music. The third one is economic and economical, another difficult one. Economic is about money, trade, the economy. Economical means cheap to run, cheap to use. It's not wasting anything. It's not wasteful. For example, the country is in an economic crisis. The crisis is about money or trade or our economy. Is your country in an economic crisis? The small car I bought yesterday is very economical. It doesn't use much fuel. It's cheap to run. Having an economical car nowadays is a great idea. Have you got an economical car? Let me know in the comments below. So economic means money. Economical means saving money. Pretty easy to remember the difference. Now let's look at number 4 because they sound very similar. There's complement with an I and complement with an E, and they sound the same. Complement, complement. Compliment with an I is a nice thing you say, okay? Compliment with an E is a saying that goes well, or it's something that goes well with something, or it completes something. So, for example, She gave me a compliment on my English pronunciation. Thank you. The other compliment with an E. The red wine perfectly complements the steak. They go well together. Here's a tip. Think of compliment with an I as I say something nice. Compliment with an E means extra, something that adds something. Yes? What does white wine complement? I think white wine complements fish. Am I right? Do you know what complements your English learning? This channel. So make sure you press like and subscribe. And if you do, I will compliment you. I will say, you're a nice person. Number 5, effective, efficient. These ones don't have similar spellings or sound the same, but they are often confused. Effective works well, produces results. Efficient works well without wasting time, without wasting money, without wasting energy. The new medicine is very effective. I took it and now I feel better. It's effective. The washing machine is efficient because it works well, but it saves electricity and it saves water. So maybe it's efficient. We could also, if we wanted to, we could also call it economical because it could save money in the long run as well. It's good to have an efficient, economical washing machine. So just remember, effective does the job. Efficient does the job well and quickly. Okay? Next one is difficult for many European speakers because sensitive and sensible can be confused because sensitive can mean sensible, or is it sensible means sensitive? I can't remember. But in English, sensitive means easily affected by emotions or senses. Sensible means, that person has a good judgment. He's a sensible person. For example, he is very sensitive and cries easily. He's very sensitive and cries easily. It's sensible to bring an umbrella if it looks like rain. Right? If you look outside and the sky is grey, it's sensible to bring an umbrella. A sensitive person feels a lot. A sensible person thinks carefully and makes good choices. Principle and principle is the 7th difference. Principle with an A, with PAL on the end, and principle with PLE on the end are different. Principal with PAL on the end is the head of a school or the most important thing. Principle with PLE on the end is a rule, a belief, or a moral idea. The school principal, PAL, gave a speech. The school principal gave a speech. She refused on principle because it was unfair. She refused on principle. She refused because of her belief and because it was unfair. Here's a memory trick. Principal with PAL. The school principal should be your pal. Pal means friend. Principal, PLE, with PLE is a rule or a belief. And the last one we're going to talk about, another confusing one, is especially and specially. Especially and specially. Especially means particularly, more than the others. Specially means for a special purpose. For example, I love fruit, especially oranges. I love fruit, I love the fruit, but the fruit I love the most out of all of the fruits is orange. I love fruit, especially oranges. This cake was specially made for your birthday. This cake was specially made for your birthday. Specially made. It was made for the special purpose of your birthday. Okay? So remember, especially one thing more than the others. Specially, made or done for a special reason. Okay? Great job. Now you know 8 confusing word pairs: historic and historical, classic, classical, economic, economical, complement with an I, complement with an E, effective, efficient, sensitive, sensible, principal, P-A-L, principal, P-L-E, and especially, specially. Which pair was new for you? Which pair do you usually confuse? Write an example sentence in the comments and don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more Slow English with Matt. See you next time. Have a good one, mate.